I'm meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Storm Trackers, just wanting to make sure everyone is prepared as Zeta moves into our area overnight tonight and toward tomorrow morning. The storm is getting stronger in the Gulf of Mexico, now elevated to a Category 2 storm with maximum sustained winds at 100 miles an hour. We expect it to make landfall here along the Louisiana coast late afternoon into early evening by 8 o'clock. It'll be passing from Louisiana up into Mississippi and then a really fast track up to through North Georgia in the early morning hours tomorrow. This is the plot for 8 o'clock in the morning, still as a tropical storm as it moves through parts of northwest and west Georgia and North Georgia, and then it quickly moves on up to the north and east and falls apart. It's a very fast mover and it's a very strong storm. Let's talk about the impacts for us. We actually have a tropical storm warning in effect for our area, for a big part of North Georgia, Metro Atlanta, to the east of the I-85 corridor as well, moving down on the south side into the south and west of us as well. And that is a warning, meaning tropical storm force winds are likely here in our area, and they just upgraded this from a tropical storm watch to a tropical storm warning, even up in northeast Georgia and into the Carolinas. So here's a look at the wind field that we're going to be seeing with this. This is a look at our wind gusts. This evening, we'll see winds, 10 to 20 miles an hour. And then take a look at this. This is at 2:30 in the morning. Winds beginning to gust up to 25 miles an hour here in Atlanta, but 34 in LaGrange, 30 in Carrollton with those really strong winds back into Alabama. So that's 2:30 in the morning. And then watch how those winds really start kicking up between 3 in the morning and here we are at 6 in the morning, where we have 51 mile an hour wind gusts here in Atlanta, 62 mile an hour wind gust in Carrollton, other areas with 58 mile an hour wind gusts in Duluth. That's going to be about 6 o'clock in the morning. Very windy conditions here for those hours, let's say between 4 and 9 o'clock in the morning. This is at 8 o'clock in the morning, where we still see winds of about 38 miles an hour. So still strong, but at least they're starting to come down a little bit. 41 mile an hour winds, wind gusts in Duluth, 51 mile an hour wind gust in Athens. So you see it as it's moving to the north and east. These winds will start settling down a little bit. This is for 11 in the morning. Winds between 20 and 30 miles an hour here in town. Stronger winds in northeast Georgia, but as that lifts up toward the north and east, our winds will start dying down. So it's mainly that time frame, 3, 4 in the morning till about 9 or 10 in the morning as the system moves through our area, when we're going to have those strongest winds that will be rolling through by 3 in the afternoon down to 20 mile an hour wind gusts, and then settling down once we go toward the evening hours as well. So the main impacts that we're going to be watching here: rain potentially 1 to 3 inches in the metro area, 2 to 4 inches possible in parts of North Georgia. We have that flash flood watch in effect. We have winds 30 to 40 miles an hour sustained, but we're going to have wind gusts at 50 miles an hour or greater. There will be some areas getting those wind gusts between 50 and 60 miles an hour. The tornado risk is a low threat. However, whenever you have a landfalling tropical system, it is possible in some of those bands that we could have some rotation with them. I don't think that'll be anything widespread. Here is a look at that flood watch until 8 o'clock on Thursday. Again, 1 to 3 inches possible in the metro area, 2 to 4 inches in North Georgia. And that rain totals, as you see here as we go through the day, it pretty much ends on Thursday. Those higher amounts up in North Georgia, 2 to 4 inches possible there. We've got those lower amounts here in the metro Atlanta area. So the severe weather threat right now, we do have the marginal risk. This is for this evening and overnight toward tomorrow morning, including Atlanta, Athens, up toward the Rome area. That's a level 1 of 5 risk for severe storms. And again, the tornado risk is on the low end. We don't think it'd be widespread, but maybe just a few brief spin-ups possible. And then that higher risk, a slight risk, level 2 of 5 risk down along the Panhandle area. And then tomorrow, the severe weather threat shifts over to the east for later in the day tomorrow. So here's the timeline that we're watching with our forecast track. You can see tonight we're going to have just a few scattered showers around. This is at 10 o'clock tonight. Again, with any of these showers, we have to watch for any of those that could turn strong. But the main event is during the early morning hours. This is at 4 in the morning. It's really windy here. Here comes that rain into West Georgia at 4 in the morning. And then at 6 in the morning, heaviest rain over us here in the Atlanta area. Really heavy stuff up in North Georgia. 7 in the morning, still some heavy rain moving through. But then by 9 o'clock, the rain part of this actually starts tapering off a little bit. And at lunchtime, just a few scattered showers. And once we get into the afternoon, this is at 5 o'clock, we'll see some sunshine reappearing later on here in the day. So this is going to be a fast-moving system, but highly impactful. All right, so I want you to be aware, get anything outside that can blow around, and make sure you have secured it. It might be some of those Halloween decorations, the Halloween inflatables, and make sure that it's secured. Be safe during the overnight hours and watch for any trees. We expect some trees coming down and power outages from some of those trees coming down as well. Keep it with us here on 11 Alive. We'll have team coverage for you throughout the afternoon, throughout the evening. We have prime time on the ATL. We'll have extended coverage throughout the evening hours as well.